is here with East Boston Open Discussion on East Boston. We're here tonight with City Councilor Tito Jackson. And he's not only a City Councilor, but he's also challenging Mayor Walsh for the top position here in the city. Welcome, Tito.
Thank you so much
for coming out here to East Boston.
I appreciate it. Thank you for feeding me.
No, I appreciate that you guys coming out here, and I know you want to make a presence here. And so, did you get a chance to enjoy the food here tonight?
I absolutely. I might have done a little bit too much there.
Okay.
I want to thank East Boston for 5 pounds tonight, and hopefully I'm fit to work them off on the campaign trip.
All right, good to hear. So now, obviously, you're just starting out your campaign here.
Yep.
So now there's certainly a lot of things that are going on with Trump that's having an effect here in the city. There's a lot of fear particularly amongst the immigrant population. Do you have any comments yourself on how you feel about that?
Well, I would just simply say that Boston is a sanctuary city. We passed something called the Trust Act, which means that our police department will not take part in being an agent of the federal government in terms of immigration. So what that means is if a woman is sexually assaulted, she can pick up the phone, even if she's undocumented, and call our police department and not fear that she's going to be taken into custody. Children should be in school because we're not going to allow anyone to hurt our children. And also that if people are sick or you need to have municipal services, you need to come to City Hall, no one is going to reproach you. So that's a very important thing. And that's the law of our city and our land in the city of Boston. So we're going to hold, we're actually not going to shrink in the face of Trump. We are Boston, we are a city of immigrants, and we are made better by our immigrant communities. So we have to have the backbone and intestinal fortitude to stand up.
Along that lines now, certainly there's a lot of efforts on that front, but switching gears a little bit. Now, we've had some changes here with Boston Public Schools and the school system in Massachusetts in terms of their relationship between the charter schools, traditional schools. Where are you staying on that right now?
What I would simply say is this, is that we have 56,000 students in the Boston Public Schools. As mayor, my job is going to be the head of those schools and the budget there. So my focus is on making sure that we're closing the achievement gap, that every young person has a nurse in their school, that every trauma student who got cut last year in this mayor's budget, we're going to restore that funding. We're going to restore the funding for the autistic students who were cut last year, and then also we're going to go further than that. We'll have a K through 12 computer science curriculum. We'll begin to infuse technology into our schools and partner every school with a college and every school with a company. We should be having a pathway. And lastly, we'll focus on vocational education. Not everyone is going to go to college, so we need to make sure that we are giving them the technical education that they need. And then at night, we will open the school up so that their parents can have an opportunity to learn the trades and end up doing well for those students. Because the other piece is what we know is how much your mom and dad make has a direct connection on how well you're going to do in school. So that's the other piece, and just the other area that we want to look at. Boston's the most unequal city in the United States of America. We're #1 in inequality. And what that means is some of the city of Boston is doing well, but not all of the city of Boston. 50% of people make $35,000 or less. I would be working on that on a regular basis. And poverty is life or death. My district now is Back Bay to Roxbury, 2 miles apart, but 33-year difference in life expectancy. This is Boston. We can do better. We have to do better. And in the Jackson administration, we will do better. We're not going to only worry about millionaires and my friends at General Electric. We're going to actually worry about the general population of people in the city of Boston.
Now, along that lines of issues that are obviously concerning for folks here in East Boston, certainly violence has been, in particular to youth violence. We've lost, 8 people here in East Boston alone, 6 of them teenagers. So, how do you respond to that? What do you think the city should be doing in terms of?
There's several things. First off, every young person who needs a job should have a job in the summer. We've been told year after year that we don't have enough money for our youth jobs. You know, we don't have enough money. But we have enough money for law enforcement. What I would submit is last year the Boston school budget went up $18 million, and the police budget went up $30 million. If we had taken more of that money and put it into youth jobs, that would be a really good thing. In addition, we know who these young men are. We need to identify who they are, give them the connections that they need and give them the opportunity to get out. We have an opportunity to do that. I will be unveiling a program that has worked on a national level that has actually dropped the rate of crime. There are 300 active shooters, most likely to shoot or be shot in the next 6 months. We know who these folks are. We need to identify those folks, give them the resources to get out. We also need to make sure, as people are getting out of jail, that the police department isn't the only one looking for them.
Right.
They need housing, right? They need jobs, so that they don't go back to doing what they were doing. And sadly, we spent more in incarcerating people. By the way, we spent $60,000 a year incarcerating folks, and $19,000 a year educating them. I'm not an economist, but that doesn't seem to make sense. And there's a lot more that we can do for our young people.
Now, one question. Now, I think certainly Boston has taken on a kind of an attitude, at least from the top down, from Mayor Walsh's office, and how he's working the city in terms of some of the projects he's undertaken, and certainly bold, although even if they may not have come to fruition in terms of the IndyCar race and the Olympics, now bringing GE to the city. Now, under your administration, how would you set the tone? What would be your top priorities?
Well, I would say closing the gap from those people who've been left behind. I would say the Olympics, that's fiscal irresponsibility. When you look, I had to subpoena the financial documents for the Olympics. What we found in those financial documents was that $500 million of your money was $500 million in the red. That's your money, our money. Right. And then the final document was going to be a $3 billion overspend. And just to put that in perspective, that's the same amount as our city budget annually, right? So that to me is fiscal irresponsibility. IndyCar and not having a background check on the individuals who are running it, giving them the approvals, and then them spending those dollars of our money, of people who bought tickets money. Again, those big events are not as important as the most important thing in the city of Boston, which is our people. Investing in our young people. Sure. And investing in economic, not only development, but economic mobility. I said 50% of people make $35,000 or less. Yep. We need to make sure that we're uplifting more people out of poverty, but also making the city affordable for middle-class folks. And I would also say this issue around affordable housing, and I know the same things that are happening in East Boston are happening in Roxbury. We just had housing put up. That a one-bedroom is $1,950. Right. And $4,000, 2 bedrooms across the city of Boston. We have to, at the city level, begin to plan and not only develop. We need to separate the planning and development functions of the BPDA, the BRA, and ensure that we're thinking about working families. And what we know is working families can't afford $4,000 2 bedrooms. And if we don't want to wake up groggy in 10 years and become San Francisco, where there's only poor people and rich people in the city of Boston. That's not the Boston who we are, and what I want to, that's not the Boston that we are, and so I want to make sure that the city of Boston is a city that's for everybody and not just some people. All 23 neighborhoods, not just a couple.
All right. And one last, of course, the most important question of all really is, we have this thing called the Super Bowl coming up. Do you have predictions? We've got the Patriots are playing. So, come on. Everyone wants to know.
I have a prediction that the Patriots are going to crush the Atlanta Falcons. Right. I get to call my family down there, and I will be taking footage of me doing the kick worm after we win.
All right, I appreciate City Councilor Tito Jackson, and again, of course, he's challenging Mayor Walsh this year for the top position, city mayor here in Boston. So again, my name is Paul Rogers. Thank you again, Tito, for coming out here.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, thank you.